Karina Rodriguez, Frankie Torres, Ryan Garcia, and Esriel Ramirez Jr.
So kind of get them like that as they're driving.
And once everybody's in, just keep on panning.
You'll see him when he gives that sign. You can do a little bit more, and then you can turn back.
Got it.
Turn this way, and that's how you do a hog show. There you go.
Got it.
I have a set of lost keys up here. It does not have a vehicle key on it, but it has a couple house keys and a key fob for a Jeep. So if you lost your Jeep keys, come on up here to the announcer stand. Found them? Okay. They're yours. They're, yeah. Crisis averted. We found out that they are Karina Salcedo's.
You gonna make it go down or what? I think it's pretty. I think it's tall enough. If you go down, you're gonna just start getting the cage. It's gonna block the view.
as we're working through our Class 1 market hogs, if our Class 2 exhibitors would go ahead and be getting their hogs ready and staged, that would make the process a whole lot quicker. So if you're in Class 2, go ahead and be getting your hogs ready to come on in the arena.
Just follow the judge. Fatty pig, fatty pig.
Okay, you three just take a break just a second. Let those hogs catch a breath. It's my pleasure to be down here today. We did the chickens earlier and saw a really stout set here, and we're going to be working our hogs today. It's my privilege to be here, and I'm excited to work with your youngsters and evaluate their swine projects. We're going to have to be careful. It's going to be hot in this barn. We can see that already. It's going to be a difficult day for these pigs in here, and I'm not trying to hurry for my benefit, but I'm not going to take extra time because these pigs are going to get tired and they're going to get worn out. And exhibitors, you need to know how much go you got. Just, you know, you got to bring them to me, you got to show, but we're going to have to be careful because it's really going to get hot today. These guys brought a real good set of hogs. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Okay, you top three, you can show them to me out here now. Let's get them on the move a little bit. We started from the bottom up over here, and we ended up with these three out here in no particular order. This guy came out, and from the side view, you really like this black, white-footed hog. That pig just really has a good look to it. That's not the most powerful out here, but from the side view, that dude balances really well. That gilt just steps out. She's running out of gas, but she's going to land in third today. Good job, young man. Now you got some differences here. These two guys did a really good job showing those hogs. This black hog is really good on his feet and legs, just moves out super good. I would give this guy the edge as far as stepping out there on an easy foot, just moving real easy, laid in there at that shoulder. He's structurally correct. That's just a nice complete barra. I'm not going to tell you he's the stoutest. We got some bigger muscle hogs down there that maybe have some problems. You got the belted hog over here that's just really thick and square right through the lower 1/3. Tremendous top on that hog. You get right behind him. He's just super square. He's a notch shorter for me maybe, and he doesn't float just as easy as this black hog does. So you got some give and take there. Today I'm going to go with the power. Young man, you're 1, and you're 2. Congratulations. All right, as we bring our next ones out, and let's we can kind of do this a little slower. Let's let those three get out. Young man's pig coming out next there in the fourth place is one that just breaks there a notch in that loin. He narrows up right through that lower 1/3 and knees in there from the bottom compared to those three. But there's an awful thick square-ended hog to land in 4. Fifth hog, narrow belted one. Next in 5 is one, again, much the same way. We don't maybe have the bone work and we don't have that lower 1/3 thickness, but there's a big square, big rib, easy feeding gilt that lands in 5. The blue-headed hog coming next is one that's got a lot of bone, really stout-footed. I like the side view on that hog. We just run out of gas on this one. When we get behind it and we're looking for that muscle and power and product, we run out of gas compared to some of those above them. Another belted up hog coming is one that, again, narrows up just a notch, a little flatter sided, doesn't have the power of muscle, but a nice complete hog from the side, really travels well. That's what scooted her up that high in this class. Pig next coming, another painted up bear there, one that breaks there in that loin just a notch, doesn't put the overall structure together as maybe the ones based above them, and not as strong right through that loin and right down that top. That's where he fell today. Young lady's pig next, another belted hog, really stout bone, stout featured, wide made hog. You get behind him, you just can't, those old hocks are out on it and he's struggling around the arena. You can see it there. That's just about as far as he could go today. Good job working with him, young lady. Next young lady's pig coming. The blue hog is one that you like from the side and the profile. There's just not enough to him when you get behind. He disappoints underneath and in that muscle volume for this class. Much the same way on this young man's black and white hog. You got one that's well designed and a long-bodied hog. You just don't see the power and the muscle and the bone and thickness that you got to see. But a really nice set for this first class. One more round of applause for these exhibitors.
All right, our placings in our first class of market hogs. First place goes to Kaisen Torres. Second goes to, sorry, I can't read my own handwriting, Josiah Torres. Third is Israel Ramirez. Fourth goes to Arturo Gonzalez. Fifth is Frank Torres. Sixth goes to Adrian Del Toro. Seventh goes to Karina Rodriguez. Eighth is Ryan Garcia. Ninth, Serene Ramirez. 10th is Adeline Espinosa. And 11th goes to Adrian Del Toro. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our class 2 of market hogs in the arena right now. So class 2, be coming on up.
There's just 3 classes, right? Heavy, medium, and light. 4?
Yeah. We should finish by 4 though, right? Just about.
That's good.
He's gonna hear you said he's Does that hear everything?
Brody Franklin, Josiah Torres, Brian Del Toro, Serene Ramirez, Jacqueline Alba, Haley Gonzalez, Erasmo Ramirez III, and Andrew Velasquez. This will be our Class 2 of Market Hogs.
We've come a long way, right?
Would also like to remind the folks in the crowd, if you just showed up and you've got people that would like to see the show that aren't here, we are live streaming it on the Cotulla I.S.D. YouTube page. So if you have relatives or folks out of town that would like to watch our show, we're going to be doing each one of our individual shows. And I think our sale even too on Saturday. And we're live streaming it all on the Cotulla I.S.D. YouTube page. So tell your folks that aren't here, they can watch along with us. Also, if you weren't here for the chicken show, our photographer is here. It is Memories on Main. Their trailer is right behind me on the announcer stand up here. She will be taking pictures of all the exhibitors and while they're showing and through our champion drives and whatnot. So if you would like to have pictures of your kiddos showing, she will have them. You can purchase them from her and go up there and check them out at least and see what she's got to offer.
thing is that he doesn't really, when you're looking all the way over here, what the judge is doing. That's why he wanted it up here. Because now you're far off to one side. The judge has to be all the way over here for this good. I think up here is better. It just looks funky because you're looking down on all the... You gotta make sure it's this one. Now it's loose.
Very challenging class. Let's give all these exhibitors a nice round of applause. We definitely have some differences out here, and you know, this is the way I saw them and lining them up, and there's definitely some give and take out here, but in no particular order. You know, of the three we got left, the Blue Hog is going to be the widest sprung, the widest made, the stoutest featured. He's a little lower in those rear hock set. He doesn't travel out as well as either one of these other two, and I'd like to clean him up through that front end just a notch. Young man's gilt right here, just one that floats out there. Ever since she came in the gate, she's a really up-headed hog. If you want one that's got a cool look, that really travels easy, you're going to like her a lot, and I wouldn't disagree. She's not as thick as these other two out here. When you get right over the top, she's a little more pinched in her ribs. She doesn't carry that thickness of muscle that the other two do, but that's just a really easy moving kind of gilt that's got a super look. She's just not as powerful as maybe I'd like her to see. The young lady's off-belted gilt here is one that's just extremely thick right through the center part of that ham. She's pulled apart there through those blades, travels nice and easy. She's more of an up-headed hog than our Blue Hog out here, and I like to look for combination hogs and animals when we can get that done, and I think today she gets it done. That's going to be your class winner. Congratulations. Now, of these other two, yes ma'am, congratulations. Of these other two, which follows that pig the most? Young man right here, you're going to be number 2. Congratulations. And the young man with the Blue Hog's going to land in 3rd today. Good job on the top 3. Let's give them one more round. We'll give them a second to walk those out, and then we'll start pulling these others out and talking about them. As I said before, it was a challenging set, lots of differences in here, and there were, 4 or 5 hogs that I was, when I first landed eyes on them, I could see using them, but they sorted themselves out. The young lady in 4th, let's bring her out. Young lady's wide-belted hog. These next two are pretty similar. They're really wide and really bold sprung. They're a notch shorter in their body, a notch shorter in their frame, and a little restricted in that stride. But there's a really thick one in 4. 5 is also much the same way. Those two pigs needed to stay together. They're a little more jammed up in that front end, a little more conventional in their size. Big old rib, big old butt on that hog. Good job, young lady. Young man's hog coming next is just a huge-footed, stout, featured hog. If you like that, you're going to land on this one pretty hard. I like a lot of things about him, but he narrows up underneath in that front end really bad. He's straight through those shoulders, having trouble getting around nice and easy, so that's where we ended up with him. Young lady's narrow-belted hog coming next is one that broke there in that top. That's one of those big, wide, pulled-apart hogs. A little weaker there in that front end, a little rounder in that hip, a little more conventional in the size. I'd have to pick him up a little to get him higher. The blue hog next is one that's very complete. When you look at him from the side, he's good structured, he's sound, he moves easy. There's just not enough power or forearm and thickness of muscle in that dude to get him any higher compared to what's above him. The black hog coming next was just a super stout, big bone, wide made hog. He's straight in those hocks. He can't get off that back end. We got to correct that on the structure before we can get him any higher, but you like the width and the thickness and the bone you see in that hog. The spot hog coming next is well designed, long bodied, has a good look to it. Disappoints when you get either in the front or in the rear. There's just not enough thickness and width all the way through compared to these other hogs here. It's much the same with the young man's cross white hog here. You like the look from the side, long bodied, cool fronted, just too narrow today to get any higher. Again, challenging class. One more round for all those exhibitors. Thank you.
Our placings in our Class 2 of market hogs. First place goes to Alexandria Gonzalez. Second is Brian Del Toro. Third goes to Andrew Velasquez. Fourth is Jenna Gonzalez. Fifth goes to Serene Ramirez. Sixth goes to Erasmo Ramirez III. Seventh goes to Haley Gonzalez. Eighth is Jacqueline Alba. Ninth goes to Roddy Sanchez. 10th, Josiah Torres. And 11th, Brody Franklin. We're gonna move into our Class 3 of market hogs. We're halfway done with our market hog class. We got Class 3 and Class 4 left. And then we will do our Grand and Reserve after that. So if you're a first or second in either one of these 4 classes, be sure to keep your hogs ready and get them ready for our Grand and Reserve Grand Champion Drive. All right, our Class 3 is coming in the show ring right now. Exhibitors in this class are Bailey Walker, Hayden Ayala, Brian Del Toro, Jenna Gonzalez, Erasmo Ramirez III, Davin Del Toro, Areli Ramirez, Caricia Rodriguez, Hayden Ayala, and Randy J. Garcia. Once again, exhibitors, make sure that you have your back numbers on because you are being judged for showmanship. And as soon as we get through with all 4 classes in our championship drives, we will have our showmanship show.
Let's give all the exhibitors a nice round. Yes. Good set of hogs up and down, and I told these three to let them catch their breath, let them get a rest, and then we're going to look at them again here in just a moment. But we got a really nice set of hogs, and I'm going to look at these top three one more time, and then I'll talk about those. Out here, we got definitely have some differences. To me, the stoutest featured, boldest sprung one here is the Yorkshire hog. I think that pig's got to the end of what it's got left in it, and she's just not going to go anymore. But there's a really complete hog there in that Yorkshire, like a lot of things about her. The young lady's narrow-belted hog. When you look at it from the front end, just super opened up, big-footed, big forearm nail. I like the way that pig travels off that front end, kind of swings that back end just a little bit, and when you get right behind him, he disappoints you in that lower 1/3 of those hams, but she does a good job driving him out here, and when you look at him from the side, you're really going to like that one. Young man's other belted hog here is the finest boned of these three, the frailest made of these three. He's not going to be the biggest or the best of anything, and he actually plays out just a notch in that lower 1/3. But I like the way the pig's designed, I like the way it moves, and that's why he ended up there in the top three. So I've definitely got some give and take here today. To me, the best one, and it's going to be the Yorkshire. You're going to win. Congratulations. Young lady, you're 2. Young man, you're going to be 3. Congratulations. We bring our 4th place hog out. The blue hog in 4 was one that just has tremendous bone. You look at him from the side, he floats out there, big square foot, really stout featured. But when you get right behind him, again, this pig's a little flatter in that rib, a little narrower from behind compared to those top 3, but there's a really stout one there, ended up 4. Next young man's hog is a very complete one, not the biggest footed, not the stoutest featured. He's a little straighter there through that hock on the travel, but there's a pretty complete one to land there. Young lady's belted hog coming next is one that's just super wide, super square. He's a little more conventional, a little shorter through that front end, a little rounder in that hip. I'd like to extend it just a notch, much the same way with the next hog. Those two kind of had to stay together. This guy just struggles too much off the front end and both ends, but you got to admit that he's got a lot of power from end to end. Next hog coming is one, again, I like the foot size and I like the bone work. Just too straight through those hocks. Has trouble getting around the arena there. Our blue hog next is one with lots of bone and a good look to that hog. But when you get right behind him, again, we're disappointed in terms of muscle volume and thickness. Same thing with this black belted hog here is one you like from the side. You just don't have enough power and thickness to get any higher. Nice set, one more round for those exhibitors. Thank you.
All right, in our Class 3 placings, first place is going to go to Arely Ramirez. Second place is Bailey Walker. Third place is Davin Del Toro. Fourth place is Hayden Ayala. Fifth place is Brian Del Toro. Sixth place goes to Randy J. Garcia. Seventh place is Caricia Rodriguez. Eighth place goes to Jenna Gonzalez. Ninth is Rosano Ramirez, and 10th goes to Hayden Ayala. All right, we're going to move into our final class, Class 4 of Market Hogs. You guys be getting ready. Come on up and get lined up. That way we can get this Class 4 done and then name our champions. As our exhibitors enter the ring for Class 4, exhibitors are going to be Hilario Ayala, Jacqueline Alba, Haley Gonzalez, Andrew Velasquez, Randy J. Garcia, Bailey Walker, Ryan Garcia, Areli Ramirez, Devin Ramirez, and Frank Torres.
All right, let's give them all a nice round. Again, they did a great job out here. Want these hogs to rest up a little bit and catch their breath. And we know, we started sorting from the bottom up, and that's harder on the top end hogs because we make them go longer. Sometimes we could maybe pin the top end and hold them and then work from the bottom up. You can do that too, but the class sizes were just right where we could do what we did. So that's why I've done it this way and let these guys catch their breath when they get up here on the top end. Really nice set, all the way down. You got some good hogs. There's some subtle differences here, but we're going to talk this top three here in just a minute. Let those hogs catch their breath. I don't think any of us are in a real hurry today, and don't want to tire them out, but we want to give the exhibitors a chance to show me that look they need to show me. In this top three, again, we got some give and take. This black hog, when it came out, just really cool design from the side. That pig just floats across the arena. That's not the thickest hog out here in the drive, and quite a few hogs over there may have just a touch more power, but they're just a really complete, solid black hog that the young man brought to us. The young lady's belted hog is just done. I mean, he's doing a good job, and this pig is really thick and square right through here. He carries the most dimension of muscle there. Not as fluid off that back end as I would like to see. Both of these two pigs out here are easy traveling and easier moving hog than that one is. But of the three we got left, that's the thickest one with the most spread and the most rib. Young lady's narrow-belted hog here is one that's just super complete as it moves across the arena. That's an up-headed hog with tremendous amount of rib and balance and puts it together. To me, the most complete hog in the class. Congratulations, young lady. Good job. And it's close there. As I mentioned, the young lady's hog is thicker and square and more rib. The young man's hog is better designed off that back end and floats out there. Young man's pig follows my first place closer. You're number 2. And young lady, you're number 3. Congratulations. Really good set of hogs. Our 4th place coming out is one that it was a contender there in my mind. Just a big square, big-footed, big-bone hog. Didn't balance quite as well off that front end, a little shorter through that front end, maybe a notch straighter through that front end, and didn't have the expression of muscle down the top is our 3rd place pig there. Next pig coming next is one of those. The next 2 hogs are square and thick and big-ribbed and bold-sprung. They're a little shorter in their makeup, a little rounder in that hip, maybe don't step out as long, but good, thick, square hogs that got a lot of muscle and a lot of volume. You got to appreciate that about them. The young lady's hog next, the black hog, is one that's just tremendously thick and square and big bone. He's just out in those hocks, has a hard time getting around the arena. It doesn't take long to wear one out like that, but for bone and muscle, you got a good one there. Again, we just correct that structure, and we'd probably have a great one there. The Duroc pig coming next is one that's balanced as well, good from the side view. Just when you get either front or rear, you're going to be a notch disappointed compared to the pigs above him, but there's a good, complete red hog. Congratulations, young man. Our next two pigs are much the same, long-bodied, nicer balanced hog. This one's particularly heavy-footed and heavy bone. There's just not enough substance and dimension there to get higher. Same thing with the young lady's hog here. Maybe not as heavy bone as the last one, but one that's got a cool side view. We're just not powerful enough in today's hog show. But a good set. Congratulations once again.
Our placings in our class 4 of market hogs. It's gonna go first place to Bailey Walker, second place Devin Ramirez, third Areli Ramirez, fourth goes to Haley Gonzalez, fifth goes to Andrew Velasquez, sixth Brian Garcia, 7 Randy J. Garcia, 8th goes to Hilario Ayala, 9th goes to Frank Torres, and 10th goes to Jacqueline Alba. All right, we're gonna need our first and second place hogs from class 1, 2, 3, and 4. So our first place hogs in class 1 are gonna be Kaisen Torres and Josiah Torres. And our second set in class 2, first hogs. First place is gonna go to Andrea Gonzalez. We'll need you in the arena. And our second place is Brian Del Toro. Our third class, first place in our third class is gonna be Areli Ramirez. And second place is Bailey Walker. And then our final class 4, first place is gonna be Bailey Walker. And our second place hog is gonna be Devin Ramirez. So we'll need all of them in the ring right now. While we are getting ready for our Grand Champion Drive, I am going to go ahead and announce our back numbers. I'm not going to announce your name, I'm just going to announce your back numbers that are going to come in for our 3 showmanship classes. We'll start with our juniors. They'll be first up, and there's 2 in that class. That's going to be 119 and 103. Once again, back numbers 119 and 103 for our junior showmanship. You will be immediately following the Grand Drive. In our intermediates, there will be 6 contestants. Back numbers will be 231, 236, 211, 201, 237, and 212. Once again, that'll be 231, 236, 211, 201, 237, and 212. Then our senior division will be our last class in our showmanship. There will be 4 contestants in it, and it will be 314, 312, 313, and 325. Once again, that's going to be 314, 312, 313, and 325. So you guys be getting your best hog ready, and we'll have our showmanship drive as soon as we get through with our Grand Champion Drive.
I think these 4 class winners out here have done a really good job of representing their classes. Let's give them all a nice round. If we gave a loudest hog award, I think I know who's going to win it. This lightweight, he is not having it. He is not happy, but that's just a real complete hog. He balances well, big rib, big footed, travels easy. If I'm going to get critical of him, he's a little jammed up in that front end. He's a little shorter. He doesn't have quite the look as maybe a couple of other hogs have, but they're just a real complete lightweight hog. Our second class winner, I would argue, probably has one of the best looks in the show. That is an up-headed kind of hog that just reaches out there, real expressive through that ham muscle, maybe not quite the center body and the rib dimension as the other hogs, but that's just another very complete hog. If you want the one that's got the look, you really got to consider that one. Our third class winner over here is in the corner, and that gilt just not showing it today out here. But when she comes out and when she comes at you, she's extremely wide made. She's stout featured, big footed, bold made. There's a really, really complete gilt. I surely wish that she would cooperate a little bit better today, but that's an awful good hog there. The young lady's fourth class winner, this one is just put together well right through that shoulder and balances really well. Not the biggest footed, not the squarest made hog, and I wouldn't tell you that it's got the most muscle, but there's a very complete hog that ended up winning that class number 4. So I think all these hogs have done a really good job, and you hear how I saw them today. To me, the best hog in the barn is going to be the white one. Congratulations, young lady.
And our grand champion hog comes out of our class number 3, shown by Arely Ramirez. Oh. We're going to need our second place hog out of our class number 3 to come in for our reserve champion. That's going to be exhibited by Bailey Walker.
When this number 2 in that class 3 comes out, we've got a pig that's really bold in that skeletal frame. He's really big bone and big footed. Trouble is he narrows up at the knees just a notch, and he doesn't have the overall base width from behind as either one of the others do in relation to his body weight. And he balances well, but in my mind, he's not a contender for our reserve grand. The contenders to me, the lightweight, just a little too jammed up. So I get to the class 2 and 3 winners. As I said before, that 2 has just got a tremendous look about him as she comes out there tremendously wide through that chest floor. This guy really ties in nice at his shoulder and comes out through that hip and balances well. Those are 2 really good hogs there, and it's a really close decision in my mind. Young lady with the look, you're going to win it today. Congratulations.
Where's Mr. B?
All right, our reserve grand champion hog goes to Alexandria Gonzalez. Congratulations. All right, we're gonna get the arena cleared out, and then we're gonna do 3 separate classes for our showmanship. We're gonna start off with our juniors, then move to our intermediates, and then to our seniors. So once again, your back numbers or your exhibitor numbers for your junior showmanship are going to be 119 and 103. So I need 119 and 103 in the arena right now. In our intermediate class, once again, our numbers are 231, 236, 211, 201, 237, and 212. In our seniors, our exhibitor numbers are 314, 312, 313, and 325. I would like to announce that our judge for our showmanship is going to be changing. He's not going to be the same judge as our regular show, as Mr. Joe Taylor. We really appreciate you coming in and helping our kids out and watching them show and giving them pointers and all that good stuff. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Once again, our two exhibitors in our junior class are going to be exhibitor number 119 and exhibitor 103.
Certainly appreciate the opportunity today to come down to Cotulla and watch your hog show, but more importantly, watch the youth that you guys are developing. This show game, and I grew up in it. My dad was an ag teacher. John Lanier's ag teacher was my dad. We raised a lot of good kids through the program, Dad and I did, and John was one of those, and a lot of people are associated with that. My oldest boy is now an ag teacher, and I take a little credit for him, although I think most of it he did on his own. But the biggest thing that we've got to realize out here in the arena today, our biggest challenge is we're trying to raise good kids. And I'm a firm believer that good kids are raised right here in our backyard, right here in this show arena. And it's really important to me to see the amount of work that goes in here and the work that is done with these kids for them to be successful. I get an opportunity to do a lot of leadership training, and one of my best quotes is, "You never get a second chance to make a first impression," by Will Rogers. And I think it's really, really important that we keep that in mind when we're raising these kiddos. Those kiddos that are ready, that come out here every day and work with it, come to the ring with a good attitude and want to be here, makes a huge, huge difference. When I sorted this class and I was asked to do it, that was the first thing that came in my mind when this young man came to the arena. He came out of here and it was that deal was, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. His first impression of me really, really stuck in my mind. And as I watched him sort and work that pig and do the job that he was doing, eye contact is unbelievable. Control of the hog is what it's supposed to be. really on top of his game. Now, I asked him a question out here a while ago, and I'm going to ask the rest of these classes some questions too. I asked him what the most important cut or the most important piece of meat was on the hog. He told me it was a stomach. So we've got some education to do. Got to remember that. But I asked the young lady the same question. She said she didn't really know. So on these young guys, it may be a little bit early to be talking about that, but we do need to begin to work on while you're out here in the arena. Learn as much as you can about the project that you have, and then prepare yourself for those years coming on up. Believe it or not, the most important cut on a hog is right up on top of his back. That's why judges talk about how much muscle they have in that loin eye. Do you like pork chops, young man? Do you like pork chops? That is the most important cut there is in a hog. Now, the most expensive cut there is in a hog is actually bacon. Why would you think that? Think about it. We eat bacon on everything. We have bacon for breakfast. We have bacon on our hamburgers at lunch. We wrap our steaks in bacon at supper. Why? It tastes good. But remember that bacon is also something that is seasoned and salt and peppered and put all kinds of seasoning on it to make it where it's really good. That pork chop, you can throw it in a frying pan and fry it up, and I can eat it with anybody. In this junior division today, my champion is right here. His first impression really stuck with me. Congratulations, young man.
And our junior showmanship recipient is going to be Kaisen Torres. Josiah, sorry. It said Kaisen, but I changed the wrong one. Sorry, Josiah. All right. We are going to move on to our intermediate showmanship. Like I said, we're going to need 231, 236, 211, 201, 237, and 212. So you guys be coming on in the ring.
Oh, now one more time.
201, 236, 211, 201, 237, 212.
Bailey's 235 on the Beverage is 237 on the right.
We have it's on the showmanship one.
It's on the shirt. It's the same.
Yeah, now they're older.
I'm just calling up. I don't see it. I'm gonna let y'all come next time.
It's on her phone, I think she knows. Her missing lines.
All right. All right, well, Mr. Taylor is going through these sets of hogs. We need to get our senior members ready. There'll be a class of 4, 314, 312, 313, and 325. Once again, 314, 312, 313, and 325. You will be up next.
All right, in this group of kiddos, and we had several out here, let's put our hands together for these 5. This is really a good group, and I didn't know exactly how many I would find in each class, but we actually found 6 in here that I was impressed with, and that first impression really does stick in my mind. Then some other things that come to my mind when we get out of here, and something that my dad told me a lot, and several people that helped mentor me through my life, telling me that to be successful, 4 things that you need to do. First off is you got to get up, you got to clean up, you got to dress up, lastly you got to show up. And when you do those 4 things, you have prepared yourself to be in an successful position. Because it takes a lot of guts sometimes for that first job interview to realize that not only do I have to get up, clean up, dress up, show up, I got to be there for that person to hear if I'm really qualified and good enough to take the position or not. So I really, those things kind of stick in my mind. I try to use them when I'm working with these kids. I asked the question of, do any of you guys know what the scientific name of a hog is? And nobody knew that answer. One young man took a stab at it and says, "Is it a swine?" Said, "You're awfully close." Then I thought, we're going to lower the standard just a little bit, and I asked him, "Can you tell me an athletic piece of athletic equipment that is made from a hog?" One young man said, "A football." And that's right, it's called a pork skin, if I remember right. When I grew up, throw me the pork skin. Second young man said, "A football comes from a cow. I really don't know what comes from a hog." So he was overthinking a little bit there. And that happens. Whenever we started driving these hogs in, and I really was, I was over at the gate watching them come, and I was judging you at that point, trying to figure out which one of these guys were going to give me my first impression of them. And then as they got out here in the arena, I wanted to watch and see which one had that drive, that eye contact with the judge, that was really, really commanding of the pig, didn't overdo it, but did it to the right ability that I think they were capable of doing. And the young man that did that is the one driving this spot gilt right here. Congratulations, buddy. Once again, all of you are winners in my book. John and I were talking about this when he said, "It's your turn," and I said, "I'd rather sort hogs than sort kids." This is the toughest thing there is to do in my mind, because there's never been an ugly mic test 1 2. There's never been an ugly baby. And those of you that judge baby contests know that there's only one mother that will get on you, and it's the first one that you call her baby ugly. After that, you're done. When we're sorting kids, it's really, really tough to do, and trying to find those that sort the cream of the crop, you got to work at it really, really hard. But these 5 guys out here that are showing to me right now exemplify what I think we need in a hog showman. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
And our intermediate showmanship goes to Davin Del Toro. All right, we are going to need our final senior showman to come in. That's going to be 314, 312, 313, and 325.
All right, guys, y'all can kind of slow down and take a little break. Once again, I appreciate the opportunity to come today and watch your show. You really enjoyed seeing the quality of animals that y'all brought, and we'll be here tomorrow to do some more of it. This group of seniors, I posed one question at them, and I'm not trying to find out what all they know, and I'm sure not trying to let you know what I know. But my son, Justin, and I, at 4:30, hey, just chill. Just chill, let him cool. At 4:30 every afternoon, my oldest son comes to my house and we watch Jeopardy together. Any of y'all watch Jeopardy? I try to figure out, if I have a good day if I get 2 questions right. Do you watch Jeopardy at home on TV? I really think it's one of the best things you can do to exercise your mind, but I feel really good if I get 2 questions right on Jeopardy a day. So asking these kids questions, I'm just trying to figure out their knowledge base. And if you're gonna get into a project, let's spend a little more time learning about not just showing them and not just feeding them, but learn a little bit about where they came from. What do we do with them? Why do we have hogs? It's one of the greatest meat sources that we have in our country. We produce, the kill floor in Delphi, Indiana kills 80,000 hogs a day. That just blows my mind that we eat that much pork in our country. So we need to learn a little bit about it. I asked the youngsters out here, do you know which country that hogs originated in? Where did they come from? What country are they indigenous to? And nobody got the country right. Somebody said America, and God bless America, but we didn't have that opportunity to raise hogs. But it's one of those things that none of you got right, but I want y'all to think about that when you start this swine project next year. Without a doubt in my mind, in this group of 4, these 4 hit me the hardest when they come through the gate. But boys, let me tell you something. These 2 girls can show the socks off their hogs. They are really, really good. They both are extremely smooth. They work the stick right. They work their hogs right. And eye contact is unbelievable. And I like to feel like when I get in the corner and away from hogs and I turn around and look at a kid and their eyeballs meet my eyeballs, if I feel the hair singeing on the back of my neck, I say, that is a heck of a good kid. She got my attention. And that's what we're trying to do. And in my mind, our senior showmanship division winner today goes to you, young lady. Congratulations. Job well done. Congratulations. Once again, thank y'all for having me. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Our senior showman this year is going to go to Alexandria Gonzalez. Congratulations.